Hi, we're in Larimer talking to Robert Germany. Robert, or Mr. Germany.
Just Robert.
Robert. Okay. How are you doing?
Fine.
Cool. It's nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
So you grew up around Larimer?
This area.
In this area?
Yes.
Yes. And you're very involved with all the other neighborhoods have been talking about this, but the garden here is amazing. I know that you say that it's usually, it looks even better than, the winter just ended.
Right.
But it looks very nice already.
Thank you.
Can you tell me about the garden, I guess?
The garden was put together to be one of the meeting place for the community. When I first started on the project over 5 years ago, we was instructed, always work on small projects, get the community involved, and then work to, larger projects.
Right.
And it's over the years, you get to meet a lot of people at the garden from different all around the neighborhood that have plots out here. And we also up to the Kingsley, they have a learning process of, teaching us how to be tree tenders and all that, and which I'm a certified tree tender.
Oh, wow.
That means that, which I'll explain what it means. It means that any trees that put in this neighborhood, you must have tree tenders to make sure for at least 2 years that tree don't die, that tree gets water, and it gets service.
Yeah.
And that's why you see a lot of these trees are surviving because of tree tenders.
There's a lot of trees. There's a lot of native trees I've noticed. And
yes.
Are those ginkgos or something? Or
yes, we got fruit trees that are found. One of the projects is the fruit tree. They want to try those. Fruit. What fruit means?
Yeah.
It means people, your special kids. But I guess it's all right.
Yeah.
Because we got to think about the nutrition, and like I said, you can notice there isn't no stores around for the seniors.
Yeah.
And they do like fresh fruit and vegetables. And they would, we usually give it to some of the neighbors that want them. People usually come by and say, can I have some of those? And, we'll give it to them because we'd rather give it to them than in my opinion, they become your watchdogs for your neighborhood and your garden. Yeah. Because they know when they see strangers, they'll run them out and say, well, get out of that garden. You have no right over there. Yeah. Because most, like I said, we know each other, and this lady right next door, she keeps her eye out. Also, if she sees some of the Reverend Jones, she'll call me and say, there's some kids down there tearing up something, Yeah. So we got a good system in this neighborhood.
There's a lot of seniors in this neighborhood too. Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot of seniors up in age. And I mean, when I'm saying up in age, I'm saying going from 80 to 90 some. Yeah. I did a survey in the church, and in just my church, and I didn't know there was that many seniors. And then I started talking to other pastors in their church. And, it's surprising that we have that many seniors in the neighborhood. And one of the things that they're really concerned about, that we really put a lot of pressure and with the agencies we work with, it must be involved and be senior friendly. Yeah. Because they're so scared of being moved out of this neighborhood.
Which happened in lots of neighborhoods around here.
Right. But we're trying to do something totally different. Yeah. Keep the seniors in the neighborhood as long as we can.
Yeah. And there's a lot of churches also around here, which is it's a little bit unusual for a lot of times the churches. You see one of the things that usually leave the community are churches. And there seems to be a good number of churches here.
Well, the churches here, like they most of the churches have anything from 116 to 150 years in this neighborhood.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yes.
And then there's the EcoCenter not so far away.
The EcoCenter is sitting right there at the corner of the boulevard, and that is one of the things in the neighborhood that we're really proud because it involves a lot of seniors. Yeah. Because we direct seniors. We give them information, and when it comes time, for such as their gas rebates and all that, they don't have to go through that maze downtown, which seniors are scared. Because it's a day you don't want to mess with downtown from the office to office.
Yeah.
And come right there. They got a real efficient staff that will help you fill out the papers and do whatever necessary and give you more information, you know, such, you know, anything that's going on, they make sure that the community gets wind of it. You know, they'll call or they'll send up a notice they have somebody sits on our board at the Larimer Consensus Group that brings information like, you know, such as the telephone, cell phone. They got bins down there for that. They, what's coming up, I think sometime this month, is recycling of important document. They're going to bring a big old shredder, and you can stand there and watch your important documents being shredded. Yeah,
why not? I mean, and it makes sense. I mean, it's a great service, and why couldn't they have it? You know?
So they're going to do that. That's one of the next things going on.
And it's eco-friendly too. The center.
And it's eco-friendly, and it's also it's hard for older people and some young to visualize a thermal plate on a building, heating that building, heating the hot water tanks, and which will in time down the road would help save on your utility is not going to go down.
Yeah.
So you have to find new ways of getting energy and and taking care of your needs, such as your water, your heat, your air conditioning, things like that.
Yeah, and it's all tied in there.
Right. It's all in one bump.
That's great.
And one of the things that's really amazing about that center is it has 2 meters. Mm-hmm. 1 meter takes the reading from the solar plates, and the other one, I think they told me that they actually sells the excess stuff back to.
So not only do they not take from the system, they give back and they gain from it.
And that's what I think is going to, like one of the churches to have a lot of property right next to the church, how it can be incorporated in heating the church and heating the property units at the same time.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, that would be a good thing.
Yeah. Well, tell me more about what it was like growing up around here.
Well, growing up around here, this was a community like all the other communities, Homewood, East Liberty, Larimer was, I can almost walk through here and tell you there was a bakery shop here. There was all kinds of meat markets down here. Mm-hmm. You didn't have no reason to go to Giant Eagle or any of these things. It was all down here.
Yeah.
And you come down here on Saturday, you think that they was giving something away.
Yeah.
So it's kind of amazing to see a community like that just go down.
What do you mean by go down?
Through transition, if you look at that, I did some researches on communities every 30 or 40 years, they go through transition. They changes.
Yeah. And
what happened is the bunch down here on Larimer, they're in Bloomfield now.
Right. Yeah.
That's They over in Bloomfield.
Well,
which
even
they originated
in
lower income went to Bloomfield.
Oh, okay.
The higher income went to Penn Hills.
Right. And Bloomfield, we were talking about this earlier. Bloomfield is known as Little Italy now. Mm-hmm. And I guess back in the day, some people think that Larimer used to be known as Little Italy, but you were saying that it wasn't.
No, the Lower Hill was as Little Italy.
Yeah.
If you check the document, see right down the street, the White House. He's the oldest man in this neighborhood with the American flag. Uh-huh. He could tell you any type of history about this whole neighborhood.
How old is he? How old
his name is Mr. Marino. Uh-huh. He could tell you anything about this neighborhood.
Wow.
And that house itself is a landmark because I didn't know if he was showing me that the porch is a sundial.
Oh, wow.
And they told time by it.
Yeah. Do you think that there are a lot of community involvement? Are there people in this community involved with things that go on?
Yes, they're involved with it. But we'll also, be honest, we're also getting new people coming into the community.
Oh, that must be interesting.
Yeah, we're getting younger people coming into the community and want to be part of the community, which is good. Yeah. And we have the older people that we're looking out for that want to stay in the neighborhood. Yeah. So we're coming up with our goal is to have mixed neighborhood.
That's the best way to do it.
A mixed neighborhood. We don't,
no one getting pushed out.
Nobody's. We trying. That's right. We're trying our best and come up with plans and things to see that the seniors stay in the neighborhood. Yeah. In fact, I get around a lot and I talk to a lot of young people that's graduated from college, going to down in Dallas, Texas, architecture, engineers and things. And, I try to encourage them. Their parents live in the neighborhood. This would be a good place for you to invest your money. Yeah. To help your parents stay in there with their taxes, fix the place up. That's an investment.
It certainly is. Real estate is always a good, even if for a period of time it takes a little dip, but it always, in the end, it always goes up.
Well, right now, real estate is the only way. Investment, you could be up today and go and down and tomorrow.
But real estate over long term, always a safe investment. Right. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Okay.
It's been wonderful hearing about Larimer.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot.